Hey, we got 3 people here. That means there's 3 people that aren't watching that football game. I'm gonna talk about that football game in a minute. I need your help. Hello, hello. This was unannounced and unplanned. So who we got? Hey, Patty. Patty, I am so glad that you like the sherbet cups that go down into the chrome bases. I'm glad you're loving them. Hey, everybody. What game? What game? Well, if you live in San Francisco or what I'll call the Delaware Valley, you don't have to be from Philadelphia. You know what's going on right now, and how do I put this? How do I say it without offending anybody? Let's just say it's not my cup of tea. Or it's not my demitasse. Now, if you're watching it, go watch it. For Pete's sake, don't watch me. Nothing exciting is going to happen here, I can tell you that. I'm just playing. If you guys haven't figured out my personality by now. So anyway, hey, Mark. Mark, what you doing over there in the UK? It's not that late. Well, yes, it is, Mark. You ought to be in bed. No. What is it, about 10 p.m. in the UK? Is it the Super Bowl? I thought it was until I got corrected last night. I went out for dinner last night with a buddy of mine. This is how, like, I can tell you what happened on this day in 1925. I didn't know there was any big game today. I don't pay any attention to that. Huh? So anyway, if you didn't know, the Philadelphia Eagles, they don't say Eagles around here, they say Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagle, I don't say Eagles, but they do. Who's they? Everybody else. They're playing somebody from San Francisco. What are they, the 49ers, the 29ers, the old timers? I don't know. What's the San Francisco team? What's the name of it? I couldn't tell you. I might have to come out of this because I do have my heat on. I've been home. Huh? Who is it? Yeah, the Eagles. Yeah, but what's the San Francisco team? 49? Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, the 49ers. Okay. So I think this is the playoff to figure out who gets to go into the Super Bowl. Now, I have to tell you this. So, of course, when I grew up, obviously I had a father and an older brother. Very athletic. Now, I was athletic too, but I wasn't very good. I could run fast and I could ice skate. I hit 1 home run in my whole life. But other than that, my interests were somewhere other than that. So, you know, I was trying to figure out how to play Scott Joplin rags on the piano when I was 13. And everybody else was collecting baseball cards, and I had to put up with all that sports stuff as a kid. As an adult, I don't have to put up with it at all. I don't know who's playing, and for those who are into it, you go for it. We are going to change out my china closet. So this is an pre-Super Bowl party for those who really have no interest in that game. Is that okay? I assume if you're watching me, I don't even know what time the game starts. Did it already start? I know one thing. I wasn't going anywhere near Philadelphia today because they've got blocks, they've got streets blocked off, they've got barricades, and my place, my old place, which I still have things in, is just a few blocks from City Hall, so it's right in the middle of it. And the bridges are jammed, and whether they win or lose, Philly will be off the hook. And I'm happy. I know sports I know people get riled up about sports, but sometimes, here he goes, I'm going to say it. Sometimes those of us who don't get into it are made to feel like, well, what's the matter with you? Well, there's nothing wrong with us. If you're not into it, listen, I didn't know anything about the seasons when they started, but I knew all of the new singers in the Metropolitan Opera every fall. And I thought, isn't it weird that the rest of the public doesn't know that? Here he goes. Embrace your individuality. So what are you saying? You're telling me too fast. So it's okay to like what you like, but being a dude when you were younger, you had to be into sports or you were weird. Well, they were just uninformed, right? They were not quite as refined. I was sitting at home listening to Bach fugues and trying to figure out which key they were written in. I didn't care what Mike Schmidt's batting average was. Now, I did not come on here to bash the football game so don't take it the wrong way. Don't get upset. I'm really here because I want you to help me. I'm going to show you what I'm going to take out of this china closet. And Raymond, I played Little League basketball. It was called Church League basketball and Little League baseball. And my father coached and my brother played. And I was expected to do that. And I did. And I wasn't very good. And I got made fun of. And then I got into music and found my crowd. So that was kind of my crowd. I still like to, I'm a good runner. In fact, I ran marathons. I like to run. I like to play more, and I liked, we had our own ice skates because it was cold. You tired? You don't want me to, I'm not going to keep going on and on about that. But let me just see what you're telling me. What? A mean fanatic? Why am I a mean fanatic? I don't get that. I guess you're just joking. You just changed your clock and your, what collection did you just change? All right, anyway, they don't want to hear about my life history. They want me to change this china closet. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. The oak china closet dates to about 1920, 22, 25. This is the first set that I put in it for the Christmas season. And so what I put in it for the Christmas, now you know what? If I drop something live, I should be recording this because, did you guys look at my jewelry video yet? Anyway, inside the china closet now is this Art Deco German set from the 20s. And it's an 8-piece dessert set in lusterware. In excellent condition, all of it. 8-piece cups and saucers, plates, serving platters, cream and sugar, and your teapot / coffee pot. And so this is German lusterware, and this is made sometime between the two wars, sometime between the first and the second. And I've got this whole set in here that I'm going to take out. And then for the red, I was using, I think these are New Martinsville golf ball. Is it New Martinsville? These also date to the Depression era. I know, I like the dessert set too. Yeah, the little pops of red. I didn't have any green in there. Yeah, I just had red. So these are a golf ball, and I think you call this, I think this might be New Martinsville. I don't remember. But anyway, I had them peppered around in there. So I need to take, where am I? I'm here. I need to take all of that out. And once I take it all out, this is what I'm going to replace it with for now. Is my hat on crooked? I don't have any family china to put in there. I do have, well, that's not true. It's glass and it's Fostoria. And my mother is not quite ready to, is it past the gauntlet or the torch? She ain't ready to pass it on yet. But when she does, it comes to me and it goes in there. So the stemware, and there are lots of bowls and plates, and I think some cups and saucers, and it's the Fostoria chintz pattern that my grandparents, after they were married, then my grandfather started buying that in the 40s. I don't think they had anything in the 30s. Yeah. But he started buying up. They started with the yellow chintz first in the Baroque pattern, and then they went to the crystal. So there's a ton of that at my mother's house, and we, of course, grew up, she grew up using it, I grew up using it, and one time, let me tell you a story. Now this is not it, this is something else. This is not my grandmother's Fostoria. I don't know who made it. This is some kind of rock crystal. So this might be Libby. It's kind of from the same era, but this is, this is just something I found at a thrift shop. I'm going to be using this in the china closet because I haven't inherited my grandmother's Fostoria yet. But the story I was going to tell you is, it was, Thanksgiving dinner was over, and for some reason the only people left at the table was my father, my grandmother, his mother-in-law, and they had a great relationship, and yours truly. I was a teenager. We're sitting there at the dining room table, and my grandmother, there was some ice left. She dipped her finger into the ice water. You know what she did. What happens when you do this? I'll wait for you to tell me. She got her finger wet and she started going, nying, 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 nying. What happens? Is anybody watching? They all went to the football game. I don't even think I'm still broadcasting. What happens when you do that? It sings. Huh? It sings. That's good cut glass. You know, that's right. It makes a musical note. In fact, Ben Franklin had a musical harmonica. It was made of cut glass. It was made of glass. You look it up. You've seen it. And Ben Franklin invented it. And he would wet his fingers, and you would pump a treadle, and this long gizmo would rotate, and they were rings of glass in different widths, and you could play musical notes on it. Well, anyway, my grandmother's sitting there going, nying, 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 and my father said something. I don't remember exactly what he said. Her name was Matilda, and everybody called her Tilly. He said something to her like, don't do that, stop doing that, whatever. And I won't forget what my grandmother said, because she was sassy. She said, it's my glass, I'll do whatever I want with it. Well, I thought that was the funniest thing, and I haven't forgotten that. And I think other relatives in the kitchen and out in the living room heard her say that too. She told my father. But they would joke a lot. And so if you've got glass that's cut, and you dip your finger in there, it'll sing. Huh? You know what? She was funny though. It was my crystal. I'll do with it what I want to do with it. That was my grandmother. That was my mother's mother, not my father's mother. My father's mother was meek and mild and calm and quiet. Not my mother's mother. Anyway, do you have stories like that? You know you do. And she was sassy. She took nothing off of us. One time I picked all the fuzz off of my grandfather's African violets. I got in trouble for something, and I got sent to the back room. They had a back room. And I said, I'll show you. And he had all these, because it was a south facing, it was just the right window. And my grandfather raised prized African violets, and they have fuzz on them. I said, I'll fix you. I picked all the fuzz off of 2 or 3 of those African violets. We're not going to go into what happened next. We're not going to go into that. Nope. Anyway, do you have old crystal in your family? Did you guys sit around? Tell me about it. What do you remember Thanksgiving dinners? Did you ever do that? Who taught you how to make the glass sing? I'm going to be quiet and listen to what you say. Let's see if you can tell me that. We've all done things like that. No, I couldn't sit for a week. Because in those days, now I'm not saying that you should do this today. Don't misunderstand me, and I'm not saying that you should have done it then. No, my grandmother didn't. No. But anyway, did you do that at Thanksgiving and Christmas? Did you have crystal that you... That's right. Mozart composed for the glass harmonica. Thank you for who just said that, because it went too fast. I know, I was a rebel, tampering with my grandfather's African violets. I'll tell you, I was a mess. The glass trick, yeah. Oh, your grandmother and your mother showed you how to do that. Yeah. Listen, I think if you've got crystal, if you've got old glass that's cut and it'll sing like that, everybody should sit around the table after dinner and stick their finger in it and have a good time. Play Name That Tune on it. So what if a piece gets broken? Oh, a piece will get broken. It's not like it was 40 years ago when a piece got broken. Now a piece gets broken, you go on eBay and you find it in 10 minutes. Nobody wants this stuff anymore. We've talked about that. There's much less competition these days, so use it. Use your glass. Use your china. I do. I might be sitting here all by myself eating an old meatloaf or an old pork chop. And you know what? I'm going to use the Fostoria. And I'm going to use the Noritake. And I'm about to show you the Noritake that's getting ready to go in that china closet. Yes. Use your things. You know why? Because you try to take this stuff to a consignment store, they won't accept it. If you think I'm fooling, try it. Take your mother's Norman Rockwell plates to a nice consignment shop and they'll go, nobody wants it. All these old sets. Now, let me walk it back. A few people want it. A couple people want it. But it's not like it was. Will it ever be again? Who knows? So use your stuff. Put a chip in it. You say, well, I don't want to use it because I can't put it in my dishwasher. Well, then leave it out on the sink overnight. I know your grandmother would never leave dirty dishes out over the sink overnight, but you can. Wash it the next morning. Enjoy it. I'm certainly going to enjoy it. All right, anyway, So all of that comes out, and I think my camera keeps, wait a minute. Hold on. I'll have to fix that again. Let me show you what I got. At the Goodwill. And I'm talking about the Goodwill 2 miles from my house. Maybe 5 miles from my house. Now, I shouldn't have done it. But I went in, and you know how they wheel out the stuff? Well, they wheeled out, and I will not be a hungry animal. I will not do it. There are other people that sit in there on folding chairs, and they wait for the stuff to be wheeled out, and it's like raw meat in front of a circus animal. And I won't do it. I can't do it. They wheeled out this thing full of this Noritake. Full of it. Huh? And I stood back. Oh, I almost dropped it. And guess what happened? There were no high-top sneakers. There was no Pyrex. Here he goes again. I better stop. I'm gonna get in trouble. And they didn't touch the stuff. Nobody. Not one person even, anything else they had wheeled out, they would have pounced. So what did I do? I got my cart and I sauntered on over there. Very slowly. I didn't want them to think that I knew something they didn't know. I better close this. I went over there very slowly. Let's just look at the gravy boat, because if I hold all that up, I'll break it. I know. I did scream. I did a little dance. I didn't make a little love, but I got down that night. I went right over there. Now, this particular set was introduced in 1949. So that's right after the war. I know the war ended in 1945, but the Japanese stuff didn't really start coming in until 1947. So this would have been one of the first patterns to come into America from Japan after the war. Yeah? It's good Noritake porcelain. It's gilded, and we have a lovely canary, well, I'll say, what is that? It's a cream. This is the white porcelain with a very light buff or cream color on here. And it's gilded. I know the light washes it out. That's the one-piece gravy boat connected. And there's a Noritake mark on the bottom of it. And it's good stuff. And so let me tell you how they had it priced. And I'm glad it was at the Goodwill I like and not that other Goodwill. That other Goodwill in North Philly, they would have had it all packaged weird and crazy prices. The way they had it packaged, I'm going to show you. You see this stack right here? They had several stacks just like this covered in sticky, sticky, sticky tape. Do you know how long I was in that dish sink, dish pan, kitchen? But this is how they packaged it. They put a set like this together, all right, And I'm going to show you each individual piece. $7.99 for this stack. Where's my chair? It's right there. But if I sit in it, it'll squeak. $7.99 for that entire stack. Now, I decided to purchase, well, this is going to fall. Let me show you what you get for $7.99. And I have to do it in reverse because of the way it's stacked. Are you still there? What are you telling me? I did score. I've got these lights on and it makes it hot because I find the brighter the lights, the better my camera picks up what I'm doing. All right. For $7.99, you get a cup and saucer. Wait a minute, I'm not going to do this right. You get a berry bowl, which is the old-fashioned term for it, a dessert bowl, or even a side bowl for vegetables. Some people don't like their peas to touch their mashed potatoes. Some people are funny that way. You get what I will always call a chowder bowl, but soup bowl. You get a nice soup bowl. You then get 3 plates. You get a nice little bread and butter plate, or this could be a small dessert plate. You get that's 8 inches. You get an 8-inch, what could be a luncheon, yeah, or large dessert plate. There's fuzz on it from when I wiped it off. And you get a nice big, that's a 10-inch, because this is 9 inches from here to here. You get a 10-inch dinner plate, right? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 pieces for $7.99. If I had been carrying around a stick, I would not have shaken it at this. Because you can't shake a stick at this. What am I going to do with it? Step on it. Ugh. Now, as they say on the old Ginsu, why does my... Wait a minute. Boy, I'm glad I got pants on. Why does this keep... Hold on. I know. Well, I'm going to tell you how many. You know I have to drag it out. But as they used to say in the Ginsu knife commercials, but wait, that's not all. Gravy boat and underpants. Sugar bowl with lid. Creamer. 2 big dessert bowls. Did I say dessert? 2 big serving bowls, mashed potatoes, green beans. Oh my gosh, succotash. Wait a minute. Ugh. And I had invitations to go to all these football party things tonight, and I told everybody, no, 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 no. Why does this keep... Wait a minute. Okay, we have problems here. Give me a minute. Ah. All right, if that falls off of there and breaks my china. Ooh, that's no good. Well, you know I've already decided. Been running my mouth too much. I'm not gonna I'm probably not going to end up emptying this china closet. You don't want to see me do that anyway. Where was I? Oh, and a small platter. That's if just the immediate family comes over. If the extended family come over, you get that one. I know, I know. Could I have left this there? Could I have left this at that thrift shop? For less, yeah, the pattern is called Bancroft. So I can go online and find accessory pieces. I can go online and get a coffee pot or, you know, there's some other, there are other size, probably a covered casserole. There's probably, you know. Could you have left it there at that price? Bancroft is the pattern name. Huh? B-A-N, wait a minute. You know I can't see. B-A-N-C-R-O-F-T. And from what I saw, it was introduced in 1949 and maybe even produced through the 1980s. So it's out there. Here's the kicker. There was enough to have there were 12 place settings. I do not need 12. I'm never going to serve 12. I don't want 12. I don't have room for 12. But there was 12. I said, you know what? Let me buy 4. So I bought 4. And I came home and I said, you know what? I should have gotten 6. I can serve 4 and I can serve 6. I don't need 8 and I don't need 12. But I'll go back the next day, but it's probably gone. What do you think happened when I went back the next day? What happened when I went back then? Because I thought I'm going to get 2 more and have a place setting for 6. Somebody says gone. Somebody says it was still there. Every single piece of it was still there. And I went back. When I bought it, it was early in the morning on a Tuesday. When I went back, it was afternoon on a Wednesday. It hadn't been touched. So I bought 2 more sets. Now I know some of you are going to say, you should have bought it on, sold it on. I know. But you got to understand, I've got so much stuff. I only have so much place to store it. Selling China online, packing and shipping is tough. I know about replacements. So I know all of that. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm just saying I know that. Listen, I just can't. I couldn't buy all of it, box it up, sell the rest of it to replacements. I just got too much going on. So I bought what I wanted to use for myself. And I thought that I could combine my family's old 1940s Falstoria crystal stemware with this. And it would be a nice, it would be nice. So I haven't been to that thrift shop in a couple days. I don't know if any of it is left. Huh? I need help. What? I'm sure I do need help. I'm sure that I do. Yeah. I mean, it would be great if you just can't, you see things and you simply cannot buy. You just can't. If I did, I'd be a hoarder. There would be boxes all over the floor. The floor would collapse into the basement. The attic would collapse. Huh? You just can't buy everything that you see. You know, unless I had a personal assistant and a warehouse to put it all in. And so you leave things behind and you say, you know what, somebody at what? Can you tell us about the hallmark on this porcelain? It's the Morimori brothers. No, it's not. Well, it might have been still by then. So it says Noritake. It doesn't have the M's on it. And there's the pattern number and then the name of the pattern. Yeah, you can't, John Robert. You can't buy, you just can't. And I have to walk away from wonderful things all the time. What? Vinny and I were chatting the other night. We were doing a live, trying to figure out how to get the new platform to work. And we were talking about tastes in collecting have changed. Whether we like it or not, they have changed. What are you going to do? I'm sure whoever owned it will be glad. I hope so. I mean, this had to see. Can you imagine if this was purchased by somebody in 1949? The conversations, the dinner that was served. Do you think there were lumps in the gravy? Anyway, my intent was not to come on here and run my mouth, but once again I have. What I was going to do was pull all of that out and put all of this in and have you help me. That's probably not a good idea because I don't want to risk breaking something, while you're watching. So what do you think? Do you like it? What are your feelings about? Because a lot of you are my age or older, right? Some of you have inherited Granny's things and you use it and you love it. Some of you are holding on to it, hoping that one day that daughter-in-law is going to want it. How do you feel about that? Does it bother you that it was cherished by your grandmother or your mother and now nobody wants it? Or, my mother and I are of the feeling, hey, use it, and when we're gone, that doesn't matter because it's material things and you can't take it with you. So if you don't have anybody to pass it on to, then you just don't have anybody to pass it on to. Your daughters, I shouldn't have asked that question because now I can't see what you're telling me. I have to go back and read it later. I agree it was made to be used. Uncle Henry is always going to break a piece. I need to stop picking on Uncle Henry because Aunt Hazel breaks a few pieces too. You use everything, use it. You got it, Teofane. Did Teofane say it's all just stuff? I agree with you, Teofane, and I'm somebody who makes money off of stuff. But I'm telling people, if it brings you joy to use it, use it. Don't spend any more money than you can on it. And there will always be the paper plate and red plastic cup crowd, but then there's those of us who want something a little more stylish. Enjoy it while you're here. Use it. There you go. Yeah, but Aunt Hazel has to clean it up. Yeah. Oh, it's going so fast. Less is more. Oh, you watched my jewelry. Did you see my jewelry video about Aunt Hazel? Yeah, I'm not ready to tell the Aunt Hazel story yet. I need to consult maybe one relative just to make sure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a jewelry video earlier. I sold a pin, a brooch, in an auction. And then, of course, my mother went rooting around in the closets and whatnot. And the next time I was over there, she had pulled out all that because she was watching. She said, here, sell this, sell this, sell this. I said, I'm not selling Grammy's jewelry. Well, you can watch. I don't want to give away. You can watch the video. Our faces aren't in it. It was on a Saturday. She was house cleaning. I don't know what I had been doing. and we didn't look camera presentable. But we went through some old jewelry. We were talking about it. You can watch it if you want. It's there. And anyway, I have a pin from my father's side that says Hazel, and there is an Aunt Hazel scandal, which I'm not ready to tell you about, but there were 2 Aunt Hazels. What was that show? Will the real Aunt Hazel please stand up? What was that? Was it To Tell the Truth? Not What's My Line. What was it when they say, will the real something something please stand up? What was it? No, it wasn't Match Game, huh? I think it was To Tell the Truth. Karen, yeah, that was To Tell the Truth. You got it, Karen. All right, so there were 2 Aunt Hazels. That my father remembered. I'm not giving away anything else. It was, those were the days. But anyway, that's it. I'm done. I am not venturing out to any football party tonight. So I hope I didn't keep you from the game if you're watching. Do you like the china? You guys keep chatting about it. I am going to pull all of that out off camera and put all of this in and hopefully arrange it in a way that is symmetrical. Is somebody looking in my windows? I guess not. Anyway, if they are, it doesn't really make any difference. That's the end of it. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching. Come, if you will, Monday night for the live sale at 8 p.m. That'll be the last one this month. You saw some of the things, but you didn't see everything if you watched that preview video. There's more. There's about 8 or 9 more things here on this table that you're not going to see unless you tune in next Monday night. That's tomorrow night. Okay. I hope everybody had a good Sunday. What Eagles 31-7 Eagles right now? What do you want to tell me? For your grandmother married 2 Dons? So did the first Don pass away? And then when she remarried, it was another Don. That's okay. That isn't a scandal. Mine is a little bit of a scandal because there were 2 Hazels at the same time. And I've got her pin. I've got the piece of jewelry that says Hazel. Thank you for the... Your mother had 2 Helens? Oh, divorce. I'm sure you do love a family scandal, Aaron. I need to check out... I remember what my father told me. I need to check out some facts before I... And I've got photographs. And I knew one of the Hazels. Well, I shouldn't say I knew her. I met one of the Hazels. The other one was dead before I was born. But I met one of the Hazels. Split personality. No, it was two different Hazels. Oh, I'm sure we do. You just have to make fun of it. What are you going to do? Who cares? What? You were married to 3 people all named Denny? Diana, tell us about it. How did you do that? Yeah, I told you I do have pictures. Yeah, I do remember the Hazel show. I mean, in reruns. I'm not that old. Not yet. No, what's my line? Who's Joe? You got quite a lag. No offense. What's my line? That was Arlene Francis. Hold on, that was Arlene Francis. Bennett Cerf. The columnist who was murdered. And she was murdered. Not Kitty Carlisle. Dorothy Kilgallen. If you want to find out some interesting Dorothy Kilgallen was murdered. Did you know that? And John Charles Daly. Now we're really getting off. Huh? Oh, you did? I think she got mad when I said my mother was digging through her drawers. We have comedy. You know, we don't get offended. Now, Kitty Carlisle was a guest on there, and she wasn't on there. She was on there, but my favorite radio comedian, Fred Allen, was on there before his heart attack. Steve Allen was on there. They were not related at all. They were regulars. In the glory, you know, it went on the air in 1950, and I think it was still on the air up until like 1968, something like that. Anyway, not trying to get into all of that. That's it. I really am going to cut it off right now. Thanks for watching. Isn't it fun to just kind of chit chat for a little bit? I hope this provided a little bit of entertainment for you on this Sunday afternoon. Now I'm going to go do something else. Thanks for watching. Check out my jewelry video if you can, because I need help. In fact, hold on for a second. If you're still there and my former college roommate keeps sending me text messages and I can't see, stop, Timeless Tommy. You keep sending me messages and you're blocking what I can't see. Let me go get this necklace. It's not the one you saw the last time, but I need some help. Hold on. Enjoy the china closet. I'm coming right down. Yep. Well, actually, I've got two to show you. I mean, I might as well keep going if you want me to. All right. Now, all of this started because I sold a pin in a live sale and my mother was watching. All right, so that got me into, let me get into this jewelry thing. Well, you've already seen this. This is Trifari crown, and I already know that. That's a Trifari crown choker. Look at that thing. Now, this is already, this is in tonight's video. You can go watch it. So I know this piece. It's signed Trifari crown. It is absolutely stunning. It is a choker. I do not know how you girls do these dumb little hooks. How do you even, I was gonna put it on. Just to show you, I don't know how you get, anyway, it's tight. That's like, ugh. No wonder they call it a choker. I guess you girls have skinny necks. That's what that looks like. And it was made before 1952. And no, Aaron, I would look hideous in drag. I've never done drag in my life, and if I did, I'd look hideous. So anyway, that's, all right. I guess I should tell you, it's all going to be for sale. None of it's for sale yet. I'm still researching, but please go watch that jewelry video because I know this. This I don't know. Look at this. Now I bought these. Mrs. Astor. Look out. Or this might have come from Woolworths. I don't know. And I know you can't see it very well, but look at that. Now, this is just costume jewelry. I think it's a good piece. Now, I'm only showing you this. Here's what you have to do. If you want to know more, if you can help me, please go watch that video because you'll see a close-up of this. You'll see a close-up of it. What did I pay? $5. Not missing any stones. Unmarked. What did I pay on the Trifari piece? Basically, this was free because the man said, dig through the box, pick out 5 pieces for $5, and then pick out a 6th piece for free. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. It was about 10 degrees. I wasn't feeling it. The sun had just come up. I picked out 5 pieces, and then this was my freebie because I thought it was quality. I can't see it. I can't hardly see with my glasses on. There's no way I could see that until I got it home. And yes, I've ordered a loupe, but it hasn't come in the mail yet. And when I got it home, I saw the Crown Trifari mark on it, and I did a little dance. This probably isn't, I don't know. It won't pay the mortgage, but it'll do something. So anyway, I need your help with that. Okay, that's it. It is time for me to go. It is time for me to go. Thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed yourself. It's kind of fun to come to you live as a surprise. And if you sort of came in the middle of it or the end of it and you think, what in the heck is going on? I'll leave it up. It'll be, I think you can go back and watch it. There's a section in the video library called Lives. I don't know how you see it. But it's in there somewhere if you want to watch it. And you can leave a comment and I'll go back. Anytime I get new comments, I get a notification. So if somebody, knows and can help me out, you can tell me that and I'll see it. And then I can read that and say thank you. Okay, that's it. What's for dinner tonight? I don't know. I'm going to drag something out of the freezer. Who knows? But you guys go and have a nice Sunday dinner if you haven't already done so. And I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. The Vintage Vinny will be the moderator. And I don't know yet if it's going to be just me or I'll have him split screen. We tried to figure out that new YouTube platform. I don't like it as much as Zoom, as much as StreamYard, but I already set the broadcast up for that YouTube thing, so I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night. But I've got some good things to sell, and I hope you'll join me. That's it, everyone. Meatloaf and vegetables. Go get it. Ham and beans. Wait for the cat. Meow. So long for now. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.